Greetings and salutations to all you folks out there. Today we start a new game. It is Particle Fleet Emergence, a Creeper World Chronicle. Now I've played the first mission just to kind of get the hang of what's going on, and you totally missed out if you are not following me on Twitter, because we actually did a little naming stream where we built some custom ships for this game. Had a pretty freaking good time. But anyway, we're gonna jump into this story right off the bat and see what is going on in the Creeper World universe. Let's do this prologue. View it anyway. Maybe not do it, but view it. Give a man a mask and he will show you his true face. Creeper World getting all deep in that stuff like it always does. Not that I can complain. Particle Fleet Emergence. Somewhere in redacted space, prepare to drop out of the rifts. CEO Varro, COO Lakshim. Sir, the particular threat is massive. The info catch is here. Engage. Moving into a system of some form. Alright, so we've got particle emitters, which are creating a massive flow of rather deadly looking red dots. In Odin's name, it was true. It was all true. Sounds like a rather sad singer here. We've retrieved the info cache. Your orders, sir. The ships are kind of cool looking, not gonna lie. Extract the contents and prepare it for rift transmission. Sir, the power drain will be massive. It'll make it impossible to jump. Cue self-sacrifice for the good of humanity that always has to start out games. I know, Lakshmi, the data. It has been an honor. I understand. Transmission prepared and sending. And then everyone dies. Crew, know that we did not fall in vain. This is actually a beautiful thing there. All the movement of the particles in this direction. You were the finest crew. Transmission cuts. Oh, sweet. It's got physics effects now. When the ships blow up, it actually makes a shockwave. Really, really cool stuff. All right. The end of the crew. Like all others before, Hale Corporation was lost. The Arcbot, who I'm sure we're going to be hearing more from. At last, they rested, leaving nothing but the sound of the particles colliding, except a single final transmission. All right. That is where our story begins. Tycon Archive Access Level 9, Seal ID Office of the CEO. And now we move on. Like I said, I played this first mission once just to get the hang of what the ships do. Let's launch it in though so we don't miss out on anything, and then we will move into the real campaign. Launch this mission. I'm going to do the default fleet on this one just because. Greetings, associates. Before we embark on our great journey, our COO, Amicus, will review operating procedures. Please pay close attention as the success of your venture depends on your actions. Amicus, over to you. Thank you, Chairman Tycon. Associates, let's make this simulator run perfect to show Chairman Tycon that we are more than prepared. Remember, this corporate ship isn't only our headquarters, it is our home. The fate of the entire company rests in your capable hands. That would be Chief Operations Officer Amicus, for those of you who are wondering what COO stands for. So first up, let's select the HQ from the command bar on the left and place it near the simulated energy source in this region of space. Jump in near it, but not too close, so that an energy mine can be constructed. So there we go, got an energy mine, all good. Let's build an Omni out this way. As you've been briefed, we anticipate numerous energy sources to be scattered throughout redacted space. Acquiring and using their energy will be key to our operations. We anticipate many shattered worlds in redacted space, full of remnants of once great worlds. So those one-off things that we saw in Creeper Worlds are going to be the majority of what we're playing this time around. And apparently, we now have creep particle instead of creepers that flow through the space. We can use that mass for additional energy production. You can see some remnant land on the simulator. Build an Omni, and once built, the Omni will mire the land and use it for energy production. Omnis can be built in space or over land, but they are only operational when they touch down on land. Omnis need energy for construction and operation. Those are the green packets you can see moving from an energy mine to the Omni. So the advantage to building it in space would be you can construct it and then fly it over and land it on the land. Once an Omni is built and on land, it will mire the land and use it to increase energy production, yada, yada, yada. Alright, they also include a lathe that can be useful in certain situations. So the lathe is the same thing that is on the gun up here, and it's basically something that can build things and or destroy things. It's kind of like whatever it was that killed the creeper in the last one. Alright, you can cancel. Next up, ship construction. So we can build a lathe. We've acquired a Galcorp ship schematic license for a single lathe ship. The lathe ship has a remote command bridge, and we can move on to that. Ships are constructed in space and require energy from the energy mines. We're done with that. So he's got a little laser on the front of him that he can move in and build the energy mines on those sources. We're gonna fly him over. You can see he just grew a gun on the tip, and as soon as he gets in range, he'll build that new energy source. We are looking pretty fine indeed. Excellent crew. We can skip ship movement. So we've got all that in. They're controlled remotely from the HQ, for those of you who are wondering about the lore. In addition to the lathe schematic, we've also acquired a destroyer. As a precaution, we have armed the HQ with cannons and proximity defense lasers, but in the event we need more firepower, the destroyer is available. So there is that one building up. Build the destroyer, yada, yada, yada. And we are good. And you'll notice he has got a couple of different guns on him. The laser is a point-blank defense weapon that only fires in that little red ring. And then the cannons themselves, which you can turn on or off to consume fuel, those have quite a long range. You can see the big yellow ring there. Let's review the threat and mission status. Yes, we have obtained information regarding a potential threat in redacted space. As you know, all records on redacted space are sealed by the Galactic Corporation. Entry into redacted space is punishable by forfeiture of all assets. Over the centuries, there have been occasional ventures into redacted space, often by the insane or desperate chiefs of failed corporations. In all cases, those who ventured into redacted space were never heard from again, with one exception. And it is that single exception that we've come to possess. A message encrypted and only recently deciphered by our Chief Technology Officer, Anna. So CTO Anna, Associates, the encryption was not easy to break. Only after considerable insight have I discovered the message's content. It contains a description of a mindless threat that was attracted to energy and technology. Self-replicating, it could be temporarily defeated and pushed back, but would always return, just like the Creeper. Many of you have no doubt heard rumors of this threat your whole lives. It seems the rumors are true. Program the simulators for an approximation. We simply don't know how effective our weapons will be against a possible threat. Our director of weapons may have additional input. If it's red, send it into oblivion. So we have to destroy the particle emitter. Yep, for sure. So let's put the lathe in here. We can build that up. We're going to move our mothership in since it has quite a bit of firepower at its disposal. And we will be able to get in range and destroy the son of a gun. Let's send in the lathe ship into the red range. There it is. And he can deplete the health of the particle emitter. That is basically how this thing goes, guys. I've played Faster Than Light quite a bit, Andrew May. I guess it is Andy May, you know. Alright. We can move this up, and we are done. Boom, baby. That is how it's done. The result of this simulation needs further review. I foresee some issues. Energy will be a problem. Yes, they will. Each of you has been selected for outstanding skills in your specialist area and your ability to devise solutions to previously unencountered challenges, such as we will encounter in redacted space. Crew, prepare to jump. Alright, we are going to exit this mission because I want to pick up one of our custom fleets for when we jump into the first real mission. So we're going to launch this thing up. Entering redacted space, we're going to choose our sandbox fleet. And I think, let's see, we need to launch the mission, which will, yes, okay, so we have our ships that we can choose. We're going to get rid of the lathe, get rid of the destroyer, and select some of our randomness. So I need to go to custom, and we have the blunt. This is effectively a lathe, but it is quite more heavily armed, so it should be able to act pretty well, and it is rather rectangular. We're going to go ahead and apply that one. So we have got a blunt. We're going to add that, 2 of them to our mission. And then we need to have some kind of destroyer, and for that we have a Bitsy, the itsy bitsy thing. We're going to name this one. At some point, if you have suggestions for what I should name these things, you should definitely leave a suggestion in the comments, because I might just pick up a couple and do the thing. So we're going to add 2 of those to our thingamajigger over there. Then we've got the Brink of War, which is a very, very heavy ship. That one we definitely will not need. We're going to add 1 Brink of War, just in case we need a heavy hitter. So we're going to add 1 of those. And we probably don't need anything else. I don't think. That's going to do it for this mission. So let's launch in. Jump complete. We've entered redacted space. Danu, sensor readings. There's a particulate threat here exactly like in a simulation, but there are 2 emitters. Odd. There is substantial wreckage here. Energy crystals and what appears to be 2 tech modules. Thoth, what do you make of these energy readings? There is a spatial plasma in this region. I've seen these readings before. If my assessment is correct, the blue plasma in this region of space should slow the movement of the enemy particulate. So we're kind of sitting behind a natural shield here. I agree, but the plasma is unstable and likely to decay on contact with the particulate. So it is a limited shield. Very well, Kami, prepare engineering to receive those tech modules. We're going to retrieve them. All right, we are set to go. Let us place the corporate HQ right out there, and we are going to play. So we've got to collect this technology with a lathe or with a blunt, as it may be. We're going to do one of those. And we've also got these things, which are energy pods, and I do believe that those enable a temporary supply of income. So we're going to build that one, of course. And our mothership is not quite up, I don't think. Why can I not move you? Probably for that exact reason. All right, we need to move you as soon as you build up. Go collect the technology. Why am I not able to select? There we go. A little buggy there for a minute. We're going to park him right there, and he'll be able to nail any particulates that come into range. We're going to take our mothership and move it right down here, where we should be able to collect another lathe, which will be very useful indeed. The additional lathe ship has been integrated into our Galcorp license manager. Alright, let's move you right over here. And we're going to collect this technology, which I may not actually be able to do if I... Yep, there it is. Collecting now. So you, my friend, I'm just going to park you over here. And then we need to build a Bitsy, because we're going to need some guns. That is simply how it's going to be. The other thing I need to do is collect my other energy source so that I can actually... this is a license for another Omni, so we have 2 now. That will be very useful indeed. Let's go claim this energy source, and then we shall build an Omni to increase our energy supply right there. Alright, 1 there, and let's do 1 right here, so that we can fly it over to this side and collect that when the time comes. And Mr. Bitsy, we're going to move you right over here and build the next one. And you're just going to sit there and plink away with your cannons, keeping us free of the particulate threat. Go see what we can do over here. Once this other Bitsy comes online, we're going to have to, I can put you on top. That way you will mire everything faster. I'm going to move the second Bitsy down here to kind of watch all of this, and we can move the mothership right over to the front line to claim our next energy section. Good freaking dealio. Alright, so as long as we are in the blue spheres of influence, we will be able to contact anything that we build and refuel it. Let's move our lathe right over here. And we've got some particle leaking onto the surface here. It appears that when particles hit land, they actually add to the creep up here. I am sure this is probably going to prevent the red. This is going to flow against it. This is a very fast source, so unless there's a bunch of really heavy... oh, wow. Okay, so that's a lot of particle. No, don't kill my ship. Okay, good, you regen. As long as I can keep these things fueled, we will be able to overcome the red, unless there is just a tremendous amount of stuff. Alright, let's build another blunt, just in case, and we're going to move him right over here, which is going to put us within firing range of the red. Actually, let's move up just a little more. And this down here is kind of taking care of itself, so we're going to do that to put all of our firepower on this mess. You're still building. We're just going to overwhelm this one by sheer force of will. I'm sure that the missions will get significantly harder as time goes on, but for now we can enjoy our little bit of calmness. Alright, the mothership is in. The Bitsy is up. There's red over here, and it's not... There it is. Now it's moving into attack. Whoa, that's a lot of stuff. Please, please, please do not let my mothership die. The front is getting eaten a little bit, but we're okay. All right, good dealio. Now we need to go to the south. Move the whole fleet. The whole freaking fleet. All right, Bitsies. Get up in here. We need everybody on deck for this one. Move into range. There's the Omni. And here comes all of the particles. Thank goodness the first couple of missions are easy while we're learning how to do all this stuff. So one thing that I did determine while I was tooling around with the tutorial mission was that any ship can move even without engines. They just move at this slow speed. However, when you turn a ship to face properly, or if you're traveling a long distance, if you have engines on the ship, it is able to scoot very, very quickly indeed. Tech licenses, energy crystals, dual particle emitters. We didn't expect this much close to the edge of redacted space. Other ships must have been destroyed even this close to the boundary. We came for answers, and I believe we will have them soon. So that is that. Alright, you know the drill, guys. I've got to cut it, do a couple of things very quickly. I'll be right back for the next mission.